Orion behind the cage. Dash to his right and wraps it around for the goal.
Although O'Reilly over the top. Roy ready.
Shot and score. Gets around Weed. Off the bounce. Shot and a score. Wow. Levine with some speed. Levine fakes a pass. Levine all the way is going to fire and score.
Up top, Druin. He wants a shot, and he's got it! Wow!
Meanwhile, Arbusto. One-handed shot is up and in.
With an extra man.
Bouvier sniping. Top corner.
Sophomore goes back to it.
Enzo turns and scores.
Now inside of 4 minutes. Who's the man?
Spellman's the man. That's who. Clark on the run. Shot and score.
Meanwhile, Durkin
To the cage. Shot and score. Chase. Extra feed. Shot and score. Game over.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Portsmouth. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, a rematch of last year's Division II championship game between the Timberlane Owls and the Portsmouth Clippers. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. As you can see, wet and wild here tonight in Portsmouth. A 7 o'clock Eastern start. Been raining really off and on all afternoon. The turf field is soaked, as are the bleachers, and, well, the fans here braving the elements, so to speak, in this week number 6 matchup. Highly anticipated, Roger, as we know. Portsmouth out in front of the pack. After their latest win Tuesday, we were here. They defeat Derryfield. They led wire to wire for a 12-9 victory. Timberlane, of course, they've battled injuries, they've battled illnesses, they've seen players go in and out of the lineup really all season long, but hoping to catch stride with a big here on the road tonight heading into the tournament, which is now less than a week and a half away.
Yeah, and talking with both coaches tonight, they're looking for a little bit of a toned-down game, I think, than we're normally used to seeing, especially with Portsmouth, simply because of the weather. Number one, they need to possess the ball. Crazy things happen when the field is wet and your cross is wet, all of that good stuff. But also, Timberlane, much like they were when we saw them earlier in the season at Winnicott, or with Winnicott, they've got some injuries they've been dealing with, and although they've won their last 3 contests, they are banged up, according to Coach Blaska, and not only with losing their top guy, Joe Shivel, who is a captain, but they lost him to an ACL injury in the offseason. They're pretty banged up, and there's a very short roster because he's got 3 of his regular roster players out. So he's saying the same thing. They're going to try and get possession, and Nick Smith is going to have a lot to say about that, especially after Tuesday night's performance against Derryfield, where he was literally unstoppable at the face-off X. And he scored a goal. So, between him, Mike O'Neill, and I understand Zach Amend is back tonight after being taken out of the roster Tuesday night. So, could go anyway. We'll see what happens, but it's certainly going to be a good contest tonight.
The weather. How do you prepare for that? How do you factor that in as a coach? Either Ken Blaska of Timberlane or, of course, Coach Fisher for Portsmouth. How do you deal with that? Is there anything you can do from the sidelines as a coach?
I'll quote Matt Gerard, who I had a lot of respect for when I coached under him or with him, and I can remember him talking about weather as a factor, and he would just look at the team and he would say, listen, they're playing in the same conditions we are, okay? There's nothing we can do about the weather. We're going to play hard. We're going to do what we need to do to win this game, and I don't want to hear any more complaints about it. So, at this level, these boys should be able to tweak their own sticks. If they see the mesh bagging out on them, they should be able to fix that. Or, as I used to demand of my players, you better have a backup, because if things go wrong and you crack a head or you bust a string, I'm not here to string it for you. Right. So that's what you got to tell these guys to take care of.
All right, we'll step aside, come back. Game time here on the Seacoast. Portsmouth and Timberlane next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company. It's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
National anthem in the books. Both teams fired up, getting ready to fight here in the rain on a Thursday night. Week number 6 here. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you.
And Robin Day. Let's play.
2 officials tonight, Roger.
Yeah, Steve Kirkpatrick and Robin Day. Probably the only female referee official in lacrosse in the state that I'm aware of. She's been around a few years, and Steve has also been around a few years. So looking forward to a good game from them.
Veteran duo. What needs to happen tonight both ways, Roger? Give us some keys.
If you are Timberlane, you need to get possession and you need to control the ball in your offensive end. You need to keep this ball out of the hands of Moldari, Nick Smith, and Mike O'Neill on the Portsmouth side, not to mention the other players out there. With O'Neill scoring 6 goals the other night, and 3 of them in a span of about, I think we said a minute 22 or 2 minutes 20.
2:22.
2:22. Literally unstoppable against the Derry defense, and this is where it all begins, right here. Watch Mr. Smith. He had 2 goals himself.
Now, O'Neill put on one of the better individual performances we have seen all season.
Yes, he has.
6 goals in that 12-9 victory 48 hours ago. All right, Timberlane going to win the opening face-off. That's Jack Condon, the sophomore, able to beat his counterpart, sophomore Nick Smith. So Timberlane will have first crack as we're underway here from the Seacoast. Owls looking for their 4th straight win. They're in that upper tier in a crowded Division II mix.
Yeah, in my book, one of the, out of the 3, the most exciting division to watch right now. It's a good start for Timberlane. Good start.
Looking for the step, far side. This is Ethan Jerry, senior. Pass middle, off target, and taken over. Max Brown, the long pole with the ground ball for Portsmouth. Pass dropped at midfield. Brown going to help out his teammate and advance it himself. That was Keegan Delisle, who was unable to secure. And now Dom Moldari, one of the 4 captains for Portsmouth, takes over, jogs in front of the Timberlane bench, and we see the first Clipper possession with now a minute gone by in this first quarter.
Yeah, prime example of a wet stick right there. Keegan Delisle have the ball pop right out of his mesh.
How much harder is it to pull it in the rain?
It is, because your mesh starts to shrink a little bit, and the shooting string area starts to bag a little bit on it. So you got to be careful. Keep your eye on the ball.
This is Dylan Roloffs. We mispronounced his name earlier this week. It's not Rolfs, it's Roloffs, and he's been a factor all season. Meanwhile, behind the cage, they look for Roloffs out in front. Pass goes over his shoulder and is scooped up near midfield by Keegan Myers.
Whoa.
Pass gets away from him high in the air. Roloffs going to play it off the bounce. Portsmouth keeps it right here now with 2 minutes gone by.
Yeah, you need soft hands, Nick, to finish that thought.
Shot from Delisle is wide. It'll stay here.
Got to have a little give with your arms and your stick to just kind of soften that catch. There was another example. I think the ball came out of Myers' stick a little funky there and popped up.
A lot of talking defensively for Timberlane. In goal tonight for the Owls, Brady Marston, considered one of the best juniors statewide.
Uh-oh.
Shot, a bouncer. It's going to go astray. And again, we'll stay with Portsmouth. Good hustle by Delisle behind the net. Amend, number 24 in white. Missed Tuesday's action due to COVID protocols, but back and ready to go.
Good call.
Game's first flag.
Yeah.
Is going to come here with 2.5 gone by.
Yeah, slash.
Yeah. So a little too aggressive defensively there for Timberlane. Gary Schivel, the sophomore, going to take a knee in the penalty box.
Yeah, slash. He it wasn't blatant. It wasn't something he was aggressively going at him. He hit the stick and came up and wrapped him in the face guard.
So an EMO here. Portsmouth trying to crack the ice. We move it around quickly. Delisle thought about it. Roll-offs back up top. Swing it far side. Amen keeps it moving. Now Mulderry will fire. Kind of a tough angle shot there. Ends up wide right of Marston. It'll stay here.
Not the same.
EMO about halfway over. Sorry,
yeah,
Roger.
No problem. No, not the same movement they had the other night with Derryfield. If you recall, those bodies were cranked around on a clock. They were moving around. Here we go. There it is.
Little off-ball movement. Frees up Amen, who's going to shoot and score.
Yep.
It's like a 14, 15-meter offering maybe that finds its way top shelf. Able to snipe the corner and give Portsmouth a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, that was it. That was it right there. There was the difference in just the rotation. You got 4 guys going on 3 in the corners here, and they pop Amend right through the middle, and the slide doesn't come quite quickly enough out of the middle there. So that's what we're looking to see when you want to run an effective extra-manned offense.
So the penalty against Shivel comes back to hurt the Owls as Portsmouth able to cash in late in the EMO for that man-up goal. Meanwhile, we have a delay here along the sideline. The officials checking something out with the home bench.
Not sure what they're doing. It is an official's timeout, though.
They're looking for something, I think, in a
oh, you know what? The
in
net.
an equipment bag.
I think the net's got a hole in it. Yeah, it's
well,
got
that's
a
when
hole.
you know that shot had some mustard, right?
Well, yeah. Let's run that back, Ben, and I'll comment even further.
Yeah, it was. Amend considered really already one of the veteran leaders, right? You saw a lot of time last year as a freshman, comes back with some experience under his belt as a sophomore this year.
Yeah, and I briefly mentioned last game that Zach was amazing in that Exeter game that I saw. He was directing traffic. He was just going both ways. Kid's an athlete, and they kind of put the game in his hands late, and he did well. They didn't score in that last 35 seconds of that game, but yeah, like I said the other night when we did the Derryfield game here, this team's got youth and they've got talent at that level as well. It'll be a bright future for these guys.
Yeah, you mentioned the cross-divisional matchup a few weeks back with Exeter. That was a one-goal loss for Portsmouth, and the only loss of the season. As we know, they're unbeaten against Division II competition, but the fact they were able to hang around and nearly knock off one of the state's premier programs in Exeter caught a lot of folks by surprise.
Yes, indeed, and I would love to see more of that with cross-divisional play, and we really kind of have this year. There's been a lot of D3, coming up playing D2 and so forth, but that was just a spectacular game. Nashua South played a bunch of cross-divisional games. Souhegan,
Derryfield.
Derryfield. Yep.
All right,
all good.
Ready to go after the net was patched up. Portsmouth a 1-0 lead, and they win the face-off. Smith evens things up at the X, showing you that raw speed along the far sideline. Going to draw two defenders, bring it back off for roll-offs. And now Portsmouth given room, going to set up for another trip here. Already their third possession. They scored their lone goal a moment ago on a man-up situation.
This is what they did the other night, Nick. They brought O'Neill in an invert back behind the cage and started rotations off of that.
Rain picking up here a little bit. Supposed to clear off around game time, but raining just as hard now as it was an hour or so ago. Really the first time, Roger, you and I have had to deal with the rain. Of course, back on Monday, the Trinity-Plymouth matchup we were going to cover was postponed due to the weather.
Yeah, I'll keep my comments to myself about that, but that's okay.
Well, we're going to be there next week.
Okay,
by the way.
Good.
For the rematch, the rescheduled affair in Manchester on Thursday.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Delisle draws a slide, looks for a man in front of the net, goes behind the intended target, kept inbounds though. Good hustle by Portsmouth freshman Ben Purcell to keep it alive and keep the action at this end. Yeah, as we come up on 5 minutes gone by here, first quarter.
He needed to do that because that was a pass, and if that had gone out of bounds, we'd have had to change of possession.
Delisle to his left. Roll-offs. Wants a one-on-one here with the Owl defender, Alex Sweet. Shot, knocked down by Marston. The rebound is put back. Was he in the crease?
It looks like it's going to be a good goal.
Yep, 2-0. Clippers. They're going to credit Baden Paterson, the junior, able to carve out some position there. Roger working hard, gets a rebound about shoulder high, and knows what to do from there.
Yeah, and give Brady Marston credit there. He took that off the shin. It bounced right out into the scrum pile, and hey, that's just garbage goal time. And he was aware. You got to stick on it. 2-0.
And now a violation on the face-off. Smith off the quick restart. Looking for something. Portsmouth pulls it out. 5 minutes in. 2-0 Clippers. Goals from Amend and Patterson. Here's O'Neill, the star from the other night, wants to work on Shivel, draws an immediate slide. Timberlane able to recover defensively. Little jab step. This is Muldari on his way to Endicott to play college lacrosse. Gonna fire and score! Well, Muldari scored an impressive goal late against Derryfield from a similar spot on the field. Able to cock back and fire. Great start for the home team. Portsmouth now leads 3-0 midway through this first quarter.
You know, you'd never expect out of Muldari and his body size to get this much on that shot, but there was some mustard on that. And you're right, that was very similar to the goal he scored the other night with the step down, but he finds his spots.
Another violation here. Back-to-back whistles on the face-offs. This time the violation against Smith of Portsmouth. And the Owls, after several minutes on the defensive end, going to look for a muscle goal here in the middle from Jerry. Shot ends up wide, and good hustle by Portsmouth here. But in the end, it'll stay here with Timberlane, as the foot race was won by Eric George, the senior attackman.
Yeah, when you're muscling Gunnar Jackson, you're muscling something, because that kid is rock solid.
And he's a sophomore and already one of their better football players in the fall on the defensive end. He's physical, and as you said, Roger, he's got a presence to him, I think, as well. He comes over on the slide and lays a hit here. A whistle's going to come.
Lord. Yeah, that's one of my favorite players in the state right there, number 9, Braden Bowman. Mighty Might. I'm going to have a Mighty Might club this year with Tim Kiley and DiMartino from St. Thomas. These guys that are just all full of energy and strength and skill. I love it.
Played well earlier this season in a loss against Winnicott. We were in Plastow for that one. The Owls were underhanded. Shorthanded, I guess is the word I was looking for. In that one, Winnicott ended up winning the game by a wide margin, but as you said, Bowman stood out in a losing effort for Timberlane.
We had a penalty here on Gunnar Jackson, and I did not see the call from
I think it was on that hit where he came over near the cage on the slide. He's down in the penalty box right now. So first EMO for Timberlane comes just outside of 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. And a solid opportunity for them to get on the board, trailing 3-0.
Yeah, Eric George with that came out of his stick, funky too, on that bounce shot.
Rain has lightened up a little bit over the last minute or so. Let's hope it stays off. Shot, set aside. That's Michaelitis in the cage. Didn't see a whole lot of rubber in the win against Derryfield. The defense was that good in front of him against the Cougars. Gets his first save here.
Yeah, 4 saves on the night for Michaelitis I had.
It's been solid all season. As a senior here, wrapping up his high school career. George going to test Michaelitis and beat him. Straightaway shot just inside. It looked like the 25-yard line. A long one there for George. Man up goal now each way.
Yeah.
Makes it 3-1.
Yeah, and just a pretty traditional EMO set there. Good ball movement, not a lot of body movement, but this is what they've been looking for, is to get George in that step-down position. This is his 3rd attempt in this EMO, and he finally strikes it.
So 3 straight from Portsmouth to open up. Timberlane gets on the board, and now the Owls look for some momentum at the X. Smith, though, able to...
Not yet.
Squirt it loose, had a good track on it, and now it's a scrum there, ball out of bounds. Yeah, that could have gone either way. Timberlane Shivel the closest to it. The sophomore long pole going to clear across the field, and it gets away from the intended target. Sweet. Ends up out of bounds, so the Ride with a small win there for Portsmouth.
Yeah, that's definitely a wet turf mistake right there. That first bounce when you throw or shoot the ball, it has a backspin to it, and it's definitely harder to track and handle. But that was clearly the same thing that happened.
Coming up on 4 minutes remaining, first quarter. Roll-offs one-on-one behind the cage. Takes the defender Charest to his right. Pass across the zone, ends up on the turf. This one kicked in the air by the Owl defender Logan Johnston, the sophomore, trying to keep it in bounds and does so. However, Portsmouth amend, able to scoop it up off the carpet and keep it at this end for the Clippers.
Good play. Good play.
Good hustle both ways. All right, Coach Vischer barking out some instruction from the home sideline. They want to go far side now on the wings for roll-off.
Little wingo here. Stack them up in the middle. Little eye set.
Peterson nowhere to go.
There it is.
Roll-off. Pulls it in on the move, but hounded by Charest, who didn't give him an inch. Now roll-offs goes by Charest, draws the slide in the middle, but can't get the shot off. A hounding defense there. Let's get the visitor bench fired up.
Very good defense there in the slide.
Coming up on 3 minutes first quarter. Patient trip here for the Clippers. O'Neal seen a lot of defensive attention. Shot jammed up. Kept at this end. Delisle fires. And
in the goal. Yep.
Got a Portsmouth player in the crease. Looks like Marston got a piece of that shot for the save.
He sure did.
Quick outlet the other way.
Oh, trip.
Charest, or make that Shivel, lost his footing. Peterson tries to keep it in play for Portsmouth. Instead, it's Kyle Shaw for the Owls who secures it off the bounce. Trying to get out of a pile, looking for daylight as his teammate Bowman.
There we go.
And now the junior going to pump the brakes at the top of the box, and the Owls ready to set up here.
Now, look for them to rag the ball a little bit here and give the defense a little bit of a break down the other end.
Portsmouth has had the time of possession advantage here through 10 minutes. Coming up on 2 minutes to go first quarter.
Yep. Coach Blaska wants motion.
Charest on the move.
Good save.
Michaelitis able to sweep the stick, come up with a stop, and then kick this one aside as Jack Condon pulled the trigger on the rebound. Back-to-back saves for Michaelitis. Timberlane, though, going to keep it here with 2 minutes even now to go in the quarter. You can hear Coach Blaska down on the sideline. He's got that booming voice.
Yes, he does.
Trying to direct the attack here.
Yeah, he wants movement.
Going two behind the cage here. Nope. Instead they go back to the wing. And now back up top over the head of Bowman and taken away by Amend. Sophomore puts the move on at midfield, and here he comes. He's got roll-offs to his left. Instead, he looks for O'Neal near the cage. Marston exits the net. Recovered by O'Neal. Makes his way goal line extended back to the middle. Going to spin away from the defender, offer a low shot that goes wide.
Get a flag down here. I think they're offsides.
Comes with 1:20 remaining.
Yeah, I think Bowman stepped.
And the flag is all the way back on the other side of midfield.
Oh,
We got a slash here.
On to Braden.
Second time we've seen a slash go against the Owls. Second penalty of this first quarter. So Bowman in the box and now having a word with the coaching staff. Portsmouth able to cash in on the previous EMO on their first goal of the night. Clippers going to move it. Hoping to restore a 3-goal lead as we come up on a minute to go. Opening frame. Got three up top here. Amend far side, now back behind the cage. Maldari with room, looks for a cutter. It's in and out of the stick of Myers. And a good ground ball play.
Oh, that's a push.
Cole Newman, the long pole, had it and then lost it. Meanwhile, Bowman in the box, ready to rejoin the action here as the EMO winds down. Amend wants the shot, and he snipes the corner. Able to beat Marston over the right shoulder for his second goal. Second EMO goal.
EMO, yes.
For the sophomore, and it's 4-1 Portsmouth.
Yeah, you could not give him that kind of space, and unfortunately the rotation was really late getting there. He kind of double clutches there, nice little hitch move, and goes sidearm, little high to low. Perfect placement.
No, that's okay. You know what?
All right, 34 seconds remaining.
Critical face-off here. They need possession, the Owls, that is.
Smith trying to dig it out and does. Another face-off win for the Fogo. That should set up the home team here with maybe one more look before the end of the quarter if they can secure it. Amend finally does at midfield with 15 seconds. Here he comes downhill. Little shimmy shake, trying to shake off the defender, but a good job by Condon. Now does fire, goes wide. It's backed up by Delisle with 6 seconds. Coach Vischer looking for one final shot, calling in the play from behind the cage.
Everybody cut. There it is.
And in the end, it's the defender, Schivel, who ends up with it, sends it the length of the field, and that will do it for the first quarter. Zach Amend, after missing Tuesday's game, came in fresh and ready to go. He's got 2 goals. Portsmouth with a 3-goal lead at 4-1 after one. Right back here to the Seacoast in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Back here in Portsmouth, a rainy night, but it's okay. About 50 degrees or so, no real wind, but wet for sure. A soaked turf for these two D2 contenders. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Chad Vischer looking for a second title, Roger. Back-to-back championships after he got the job done last year. Of course, he's been here for a long time. Was rewarded for his career's work, I suppose, with that championship trophy a year ago. But once you win one, you want the next one just as bad, usually, right?
Well, yeah. Didn't Tom Brady say when questioned what's your favorite Super Bowl win, and he said the next one? I mean, that's exactly what Chad Vischer is all about. Had a very, very enjoyable conversation with him before the game. He's a very easy guy to talk to, fun to clown around with, and fun to hear stories about lacrosse.
And, of course, on the other side, Ken Blaska, an animated coach. Seems like a player's coach in a lot of ways. And, well, both these head coaches already have had their fingerprints on this one 12 minutes in.
Oh, yeah, and they've been very verbal, directing traffic every end of the field. And, yeah, as you said, we can hear Coach Blaska all the way through these muffs.
Clippers come in winners of 4 in a row. One blemish on the season. Looking for another victory heading into next week's final week of the regular season. They beat Derryfield on this field back on Tuesday night. You want to watch that one, of course, it's up in our video section on our YouTube channel. Of course, FNLNH Media on YouTube. All right. Portsmouth has had the advantage at the X.
Oh, nice.
And as a result, they've had the ball on attack more often than not. Get a good shot there, but a better save from Marston. Schivel the ground ball. And now on the clear attempt, trying to find some room along that far sideline is Cole Newman, the defender. Comes back middle. Shaw going to launch it back to Schivel near side. They got to get it over. And ultimately they do. Along the near sideline is Mikey Savage, the freshman. Gets his first touch here, getting some playing time for Coach Blaska.
I wonder if that's the younger brother of a so-called Savage from last year. Billy.
I would imagine.
Ooh.
Michaelitis gets a piece. and then reels it in overhead just over the crossbar for the save. Been a good start for Michaelitis in net, the senior. How many saves, Roger? 3, 4?
I've got him with 2, actually.
2?
Yeah, I took that other one away.
Boy, you're a tough crowd to please, aren't you?
Two goalies in the family. I'm a tough I'm a tough scorekeeper when it comes to that.
Meanwhile, we have, I believe, a timeout here on the field. Yes,
Yep.
First timeout charge to Portsmouth comes with about 2 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Our broadcast is brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com and start raising money for your team today. Also by New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit nhiphonerepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas with Roger Howe. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. Glad you could join us. We'll recap this one on Sunday, part of our FNL Lacrosse coverage presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. We're on the air Sunday morning, live at 9 a.m. Eastern. Full recap, and that includes some behind-the-scenes footage from our videographer duo of Craig Incardoni and John Barron. So tune in. All right, here we go. Out of the timeout. Coach Fisher maybe drew something up there. Roger, what was the thinking behind the timeout there?
Yeah, I'm watching carefully here because I don't think he would want to expose something that we haven't seen before. But who knows? I mean, going into the playoffs in the next couple of weeks, you don't want to take everything out of your kit bag.
Right.
Nothing really. I mean, more circle than anything with guys moving back and forth rather than on the corners.
Meanwhile, this Owl defense, they've been talkative in this first half. I think the slides more often than not have been there, and despite giving up 4 goals, I think that defense has been pretty engaged.
They really have. They've been smart. They haven't over-pursued. Their slides have been pretty consistent. And they have, down low, they've been swarming a bit, as evidenced by that goal on the Portsmouth side. But they've been tough. Good slide here. Get
Double
back and
team
recover.
Forces a low pass. They look middle. Patterson shot set aside by Marston. Another rebound, though, for Patterson. Looks for O'Neill. Instead, it ends up on the wing and then turned over at the net as Marston's able to snag it.
Yeah, Timberlane got lucky there. They slid well, but they did not get back on the recovery, and that left the man open to shoot on Marston.
Meanwhile, the Clipper ride almost producing another turnover along the sideline. O'Neill couldn't quite secure it in his stick head. It ends up out of bounds. Timberlane has had some trouble clearing the ball in this first half. They have a problem here on the restart. O'Neill pestering, forcing it loose. Secured by Portsmouth, and they'll get a goal. It's James Buchan, the junior. Hasn't seen much action to this point, but he's in the right place at the right time there, and it's 5-1 home team.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a transitional matchup, and the ball pops right out of the grouping there. And he goes right at it. So good for him. Yeah, we haven't called his name at all.
So Buchan makes it 5-1. And that's now the largest lead for Portsmouth. Comes with 3.5 gone by second quarter. Timberlane now in search of an answer. after giving up now 2 straight goals dating back to late in that first quarter.
That's right.
And another face-off win for Portsmouth. They look for the long pole. Brown, who's in trouble, gets hit by Charest, and it's taken away by Timberlane's Johnson. Little shovel pass. Gets it across midfield. Owls looking to push. Shot offered up by Bowman, sails high. And we'll stay here with Timberlane.
Good take when you got a backup on transition like that.
Haven't seen too many fast break opportunities, so to speak, in transition tonight for Timberlane. They almost made it work there, though.
Yeah, and, quite frankly, when you're in the box like
Twice,
they were, 3 times, right?
3?
3 times, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
3 penalties.
You're right, 2 of the slashing variety.
Yeah, and never get Gunner, I guess.
It cost them 2 man-up goals. Timberlane's lone goal came on the EMO as well.
No slide here. Pushes him out.
This is Mikey Savage, the freshman behind the cage now, the senior Eric George. George, the lone goal scorer. Going to whip it back out for the wing for Shaw. Going to swing it near side for Andrew Morin. Another member of this strong junior class. Looks over his right shoulder. And there's his head coach, Ken Blaskett. Gives him the green light to come downhill. Looking to challenge Amen, lowering that left shoulder. Amen going to force him out. Now they'll try their luck behind the net. This is Jerry. Jerry muscled up by Jackson. Again, around the perimeter it goes. Savage, freshman, looking to make a move to his right. Brown right there with the long pole. Trying to find a crack in this Portsmouth defense, but
good step.
Nothing to be had so far. Bowman, though, does show the sign. That one's set aside. Shot went off the pole, and then it's intercepted by Michaelitis. I think they tried to find Jerry there on a back door, but the senior goaltender all over it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, Amend to midfield, swerves around Bowman. Stutter step along that far sideline after getting the clear. Finds roll-offs. It's on the near wing. All right, Coach Vischer. Now once again looking to direct the attack here. Flashing the hand signals. Roll-offs. Gets rid of it. Maldari looks behind the net. Freshman now going to play behind the cage. That's Ben Purcell. And again, around the horn it comes. Midway through, second quarter. 5-1 Portsmouth. Clippers have not trailed. Looking to extend their largest lead with another goal here. This is Briggs Catino. Another freshman, Roger, getting some time here. But the youngster lost it. Taken away by Shaw, and pretty good move. Shaw on full speed with the clear. Timberlane looking for a transition opportunity, and they'll get one. It's George who finishes off the fast break, salutes his teammates on the sideline. Timberlane looking good there. Back within 3 at 5-2.
And I was just about to say, and again, what do I know? It did not appear like Timberlane was prepared for this fast break because the attackman on the close side where the midfielder was coming down, Bowman, he was already covered. But yet that coverage exposes the down attackman, and there he is, one-on-one. Good play, good vision.
And that's now back-to-back transition possessions that look sharp and frankly impressive. They get the goal on the second, but the first one produced a shot near the cage as well.
Yeah, and you can die by speed, and this is what's happening right now. Yeah, I wonder as this game progresses and Portsmouth has more possessions on offense, they have a lot of two-way midfielders, and they're getting tired. So maybe that's the key here. You got to run and gun.
Smith able to tip it over to O'Neill. Portsmouth wins the face-off, and now the Clippers looking for a response here as we move towards 5 minutes to go in this first half. Clippers go to Delisle far side. Maldari, a sub, comes on late. And again, Delisle swings it for Purcell. Near side, Maldari giving room. It's the defender, Morin, cautiously stepping towards him here. Maldari wants the one-on-one. Senior, dodge to his right, draws the slide, up top, roll-offs, long shot wide. Backed up by Purcell. Will stay here with the Clippers.
Good movement.
Not a whole lot of turnovers, Roger.
There's certainly, I mean, except for the clears, that Timberlane has been dealing with.
Yep.
But, yeah.
But within the sets themselves, it's been pretty crisp. And the ball has moved pretty well. Here's Roloffs trying to go at Charest.
Well, this is where good defense actually plays a part in the success of a team, because they're not getting the ball out of the stick, but they're working together as a unit, and they're covering up, except for that.
Oh,
That was a
shot, score. Goes 5-hole, it looked like. Maldari's got his second. Showing you that lethal outside shot, 6-2.
Yeah, just as I talk, right? He gets doubled here with a quick slide here, and the slide comes late, and he just does a little flip, goes into his other hand, and just like that. Just like that.
The future Endicott Seagull.
Yeah.
Showing you the touch.
Yeah.
Study business down there on the North Shore, and
Yeah.
as Coach Fisher has said, he's led by example more often than not since he's been here.
Yeah, and great coach down there. No Eric Haggerty, who took over for Sean Quirk, who is, I guess he is still the Boston, what I still call the Boston Cannons lacrosse team, and they run a great program down there.
Meanwhile, Smith won the face-off, but his pass off target. Timberlane the other way. Look at the freshman. Savage showing some speed on the clear.
There it is. Okay, timeout, because he was just about to touch.
And Coach Blaska smiling here. I almost had to beg for that timeout. He'll use his first here with inside of 4 minutes to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime, we'll take a look at the first half. Full recap, stats, highlights, plus a big matchup earlier today in Division 1. A rivalry renewed between Bishop Girton and Pinkerton. We'll get to that score, plus others, all coming up at halftime. There's a look at the folks braving the weather. Again, rainy and cold throughout most of the day, all the way up till game time and through most of that first quarter. The rain was coming down. It seems like, fingers crossed, it has tapered off at this point with inside of 4 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, it started off rainy, windy, and cold. Now it's just windy and cold, and even the wind has died down a little bit, so not too bad. You should expect this kind of weather in New England. Obviously, lacrosse season, you can probably count on one hand how many really nice warm days up until playoff time I have seen or attended and whatnot. But
well, we had a wet month of April.
We did
here in southern New Hampshire, and over the last week or so, it's been raining once again. So.
Yeah. But we were pretty lucky. You were right at the beginning of the broadcast. I mean, we had a couple of dreary days. The Wyndham game was kind of dreary with St. Thomas, but it brightened up at the end.
Yeah.
So,
but nothing where we had to seek shelter.
No, not like today. Yeah.
We are fortunate working with Tom and his staff here to get us probably the 2 driest seats in the house. We get the tarp over our heads here in the top row. All right, there's Coach Blaska. He's in tune with what's going on here. I imagine he's obviously not pleased with the fact that they're down 4, but they've done a lot of good things that haven't necessarily reflected the score so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, and they are holding their own at the X. Even though in this quarter Smith has got all 4 face-offs, but it was funny at the time of the timeout. You had to chuckle because the official said she didn't hear him call timeout, and he was laughing. He's like, how can you not hear me? And Ken Blaska is one you can. Yeah, it's hard not to hear.
It really is. He's got
pipes.
He's got the pipes. In fairness, though, the chatter has been constant amongst the players here. Both defenses have communicated well, and the sidelines have been fired up.
Yeah, very active.
In defense of the officials, it's possible that for at least a couple of seconds, Coach Blaska's voice was not recognized.
Yes.
All right, turnover.
Good bump.
And now Maldari in trouble for Portsmouth. He's bailed out by Jackson, who's just going to steamroll his way across the 50 and come up with the clear. A good play by the long pole sophomore defenseman, Gunnar Jackson, and now his classmate, Zach Amend, who has scored twice in this first half. Going to slow things down. Goal line extended. There's a flag, I just noticed.
Might have gotten a slash there.
Amend trying to get inside the defender. Pass across the zone is intercepted by Schivel, and that will draw the whistle. Stop the clock with 2:34 to go. So a penalty on the way against Timberlane. That's the fourth penalty of this first half.
Yeah, it's going to be on 22, and I think it's a slash on Amend.
What do we have?
Now he's going to...
On Amend.
Yeah.
No, it's on...
it's on 22.
Yeah. It's on Cole Newman, the senior defender for Timberlane.
Yes.
Amend able to draw the penalty. Newman with his right knee on the turf in the penalty box, engaged in a dialogue with the coaching staff, hoping his classmates, or his teammates rather, can hold Portsmouth off the board. Here is another EMO opportunity for the Clippers, looking for their third man-up goal. Muldari's shot sent aside by Marston. Foot race to the near sideline is won by Muldari, despite pretty good effort there by Charest, who laid out. Coming up on 2 minutes to go, second quarter.
So this is where, if you're Coach Blaska, you're frustrated, because it was an unforced turnover when Timberlane had possession down on the offensive end. They threw it out of bounds. It comes back here, and now they're man down. I mean, that's got to just take the wind out of your sails after working hard there to get the ball down on the offensive end. Hopefully, they'll be able to clean that up.
Roll-offs. The bullet whizzes to the right of the goaltender. EMO just about a few seconds away from expiring.
Oh, snipe.
Beautiful. Roll-offs upstairs. His first goal. Senior captain makes it now 7-2. That's the third man-up goal of this first half for Portsmouth.
Yeah, and that's just good, smart lacrosse. Man, when you pluck corners like that, he's all alone. Look where the defense is. Everybody's shifted way over. Exposed. There he is.
Roll-offs takes advantage. Pretty shot.
That is all net.
Over the head of Marston with 1:44 to go in this first half. 7-2, largest lead for the Clippers. Scored now back-to-back unanswered goals. Now look to get it out of their own end with 90 seconds remaining. This one ricocheted off of a men's stick. Poked around and now still loose. On the run, Delisle able to scoop. Portsmouth has it. And now timeout number 2 is going to come from the home sideline as Coach Vischer wants to talk it over here with 1:20 remaining here before the break. 7-2 lead on the board for the Clippers, and maybe a chance for one more here before the half for Portsmouth.
Yeah, I think at this point you would just play for last shot. It was just disappointing, like I said, to pick up my thoughts from that last comment in possession by Timberlane. They had something going. They had that whole far side to themselves. Just an errant pass goes out of bounds. Quick whistle. They're back on their heels defensively, and Portsmouth gets it down here. Zach Amend gets the touch, backs out of the box, and is ready to set a play up. And as he backs out, number 22 gives him a good wrap, and the official was right there. Newman sits, and next thing you know, they're into their fourth EMO, but third EMO goal. So that just takes the wind right out.
Timberlane, 11-2 on the season. 3 wins in a row, including their latest win over Hollis Brookline. And take a look at the 2 losses. We touched on it. Winnacunnet was the first defeat that came after a 5-0 start, in which they were missing a number of players, a number of starters, due to several factors, and thus got beat handily 17-6. They respond with 3 straight wins before dropping a 2-goal affair against Division I Nashua South in a low-scoring final 7-5. Since then, 3 straight, with 2 road wins against Coe-Brown, at Alvern, and then, as I mentioned, they beat the Cavaliers back on Tuesday. So Timberlane going to have to do it from behind if they want to get their 4th straight and improve to 12-2.
What was that Hollis Brookline score?
8-6.
8-6. Okay, so yeah.
Seems like that's a Hollis Brookline team that started off slow, but perhaps is finding their stride here in week number 6.
Yeah, and the reason I wanted to bring that up is that Coach Blaska did say that they had all their guys back, and that was a quality win for them at 8-6. So, yeah.
Portsmouth, of course, just the 1 loss against Division I Exeter. That was an 11-10 final.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago. All right, final minute. First half. Portsmouth have led wire to wire so far. Their 7-2 lead is the largest. Trying to tack one more here onto that total. Maldari draws the slide, trying to spin his way out of trouble, lost the ball.
Ooh.
The defender, Sweet, had a clear stab at it, couldn't secure it, and ended up out of bounds. So in the end, Portsmouth ends up with it with 45 seconds remaining. Rolfs has the shooting lane. Instead gets rid of it to Amend. Men now off the pick. Can't get away from Shivel. Long pole chopping down at him. Rolfs will swing it near side. Maldari going to jog back outside the box with 25 seconds. Amend now far side. Over to Delisle. Down to 20 seconds. Delisle. Stutter step to his left. Trying to roll. Tough shot there. And Portsmouth turns it over.
Goalie ball.
Good play by Marston, able to reach out from out in front of the net. Coach Blasco wants a timeout. He'll get it here with 12 seconds remaining. That is the final timeout. Both teams now out of timeouts here with just 12 seconds before the break.
Yeah, maybe, well, you got the timeout. You just played back-to-back possessions on defense. This is going to be an important clear. They've had difficulties clearing tonight. With 12 seconds left on the clock, you want to make darn sure that you're efficient and you can get this ball out of your offensive zone and just ride it into the to the half. So maybe he's putting in. And this is one thing, we have not seen a lot of variations on the clear this year. Where you've got 4 across, or you've got two long poles down and 1 high, or you're bringing a midfielder down on the sidelines and stacking midfielders, at the box and the cone, or you're bringing an attackman over and bringing a long pole back on the offensive side of the field to stay on sides. We haven't seen a lot of variations in clears, and maybe he's got something in his bag that might get this ball over quickly. Maybe he puts it in one of his midfielders' hands and they just truck it. But
they got some speed. That's an option.
Yeah.
All right. They've got the assignments. They're going to have to start it deep in their own end here. Again, just 12 seconds. Timberlane looking for a last-second miracle here before halftime after trailing through 24 minutes. All right, Shivel, the sophomore, directing traffic with his offhand, gets the restart whistle, throws it high in the air, downfield, takes a bounce into the stick of Condon. Condon with 5 seconds, near side, spin move, looks for a cutter, and it's dropped by Bowman. That'll do it. Portsmouth off to a good start on their home field, a 7-2 lead at the half as they look for their 5th straight win here. It looked pretty good through the first 24 minutes.
They sure did, and hey, what the heck do I know about creative clears? You just launch it, do the old Gilman pass, and
you can do anything.
Scatter run after it, right?
You can do anything in that situation, I think. That strategy is as good as any. Just throw it up and hope for a Christian Leitner type moment.
No doubt.
All right, 7-2 at half. Take a break, come back, recap that first half, stats, highlights, Rogers' analysis, plus a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, including a final between BG and Pinkerton. That's coming up in just a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week. It's presented by Beals Insurance.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
7-2 is our halftime score. Portsmouth out in front of Timberlane. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, a rematch of last year's championship affair in Division II, and maybe even a preview of this year's final. As we know, both these teams are in the hunt. Exeter, the only team to beat Portsmouth this season. Clippers with the best record at 13-1 in Division II. Timberlane right behind them, coming in at 11-2. Both teams putting multi-game win streaks on the line here. Clippers got off to a good start, as they did the other night against Derryfield. They scored the first 3 goals of the game, all early in that first quarter. Man-up goal for Zach Amend set the table about 3 minutes in. Baden Patterson made it 2-0 5 minutes in. And then Dom Muldari on a pretty rocket shot made it 3-0 midway through that first quarter. Eric George got the Owls on the board with a man-up goal of his own. 3-1 there with inside of 5 minutes to go. And then Zach Amend's second goal was again on the EMO. That made it 4-1, and that's where we were after the first quarter. Second quarter, Portsmouth kept it rolling. James Buchan on a rebound, able to make it 5-1. George's second. A couple minutes later for Timberlane, made it 5-2, and then the final 2 goals before halftime belonged to the home team. Muldari's second made it 6-2, and then Dylan Roloff's with inside of 2 minutes to go pushes the lead to 7-2. So that's where we are here, Roger, through now 24 minutes of play, a 5-goal lead for the Clippers.
Yeah, it's awfully hard to be competitive in a game where some of your best guys are hurt, especially a team like Portsmouth that just has really no kinks in their armor that I can see anywhere. Their offense is solid. Their defense is solid. At the face-off X, they're doing just a fantastic job. In fact, in that first half, that was an 8-3 advantage on face-offs for Nick Smith, who took every single one of those face-offs. And we've talked about it all season long. When you're controlling the ball, you can do so much more, on both sides of the field, giving your defense a rest, all those sort of things that we've talked about. And I just, Timberlane at this point, they seem to be doing well on defense in spite of the score. They're getting beat in some situations where the slides are a little bit late, but they got to start, working the X here a little bit, possessing the ball. And I think they need to calm down a little bit, too, because now the rain's gone, the stick, the field issues, the rain, all that stuff is gone. They cannot have any unforced errors and have turnovers and transition happening with them.
Well, we're going to knock on wood, because what I heard was that the rain is coming back.
Oh, boy.
Perhaps just in time for the finale. So we'll keep an eye on the sky and hope that it's in the rearview mirror for sure, as again, it was raining most of that first quarter. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We are on YouTube, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube. That's FNLNH Media, the name of the channel, FNLNH Media. Hit the subscribe button, and you'll be ready to go when we're ready to go, which is going to be full throttle for the tournament coming your way first week of June. Of course, the regular season wraps up next week. Statewide, we will be in Manchester for 2 D3 contenders, Trinity and Plymouth, 4 o'clock on Thursday, and a big Monday matchup on the girls' side between Pinkerton and Nashua South. So that is our broadcast schedule for next week. All right, there's Ken Blaska, and there's Portsmouth. Getting warm here as we're just about set to start this third quarter here in Portsmouth. Had some of the youngsters on the field a moment ago, putting on a show. Those kids were, 5, 6 years old?
Oh, man. Maybe 7 at most. Yeah, they were tiny guys. Yeah, but
never too early, right?
But you know what? The whole entire Portsmouth Clipper team set up a little gauntlet as they exited the field and gave them all high fives and all of that. And I got to tell you, this is one of the things that some programs out there either don't have the capacity to do because of the size of the town, but you have got to get your high school program involved at the youth level. These kids love it. It's been proven to me that it's what makes a successful program. And these guys here at Seacoast Lacrosse and the Clipper program, they're doing it right, in my opinion. You going to tease some scores during this half, or are you going to?
Well, I think we've teased them enough.
Okay, you go.
Let's get to that BG Pinkerton Division I matchup first, Roger. That of course, a rivalry that goes back, a decade and a half or so. BG and
easy.
Pinkerton for a long time were
2005.
We're destined to meet in the championship round. That all changed, of course, last year when Exeter knocked off the Astros in the semifinals. BG, the team to beat in D1, and they proved it again today, Roger, by a final of 16-4. They beat Pinkerton.
You didn't sound like you were shocked. I'm shocked. I mean, even though Pinkerton had a tough game, 1-goal loss against Exeter on Tuesday, I really thought the distance between those two teams was not going to be 12 goals. But, that's what BG does.
Of course, Cardinals responding from an out-of-state loss earlier this week. I think they may have had an axe to grind, so to speak.
That could be.
They get back on the winning track in a big way. Clippers with a long possession here to begin the third quarter. Already a minute gone by. Very patient in that first half as well. Maldari, eye on the cage, trying to shake off Shaw. He's got a cutter. It's Amend.
Good check.
Amend harassed by Shivel. Able to recover the drop pass and come down near side for roll-offs. Back door. Nice pass. Pattinson shot. It's like jammed up a little bit on the release. Ends up wide. Good hustle behind the net for Amend. We'll keep it here with Portsmouth.
Yeah, it looks like the game plan from Coach Vischer is going to be, let's wear this defense down. It's the one positive that I think Coach Blaska and the Owls can take away from the first half, and they're just going to wear this team down right now and see what happens.
Amend trying to muscle along the near post. Lost it.
Push.
It's loose. And then a good play with the long pole by Newman to come up with it for Timberlane. Now Shaw trying to spin out of a double team. Good athletic play and a good foot race win for the senior. On the clear.
Oh.
Pass intercepted. Maldari able to wrestle it away from Jerry. And now the Portsmouth senior on the move left to right. 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. Still stuck at our halftime score of 7-2.
Yeah, great play by Shaw. I mean, he goes all the way down the other end of the field. He did not have to make that pass backwards. He just needed to get the touch and just settle in, and that's just not smart.
Other scores, Roger?
Yeah, one of the bigger games that we had been watching in Division III was Hopkinton at Laconia. Hopkinton handed Plymouth a loss the other day, which was not surprising, but that was a good battle for Titans at the top of D3. But Hopkinton comes away with a 7-5 victory over Laconia at Hopkinton, and they play on grass, I believe, and that must have been a sloppy mess up there, thus the very low score. But, good contest there.
Back door. Dropped by Delisle. Marston off the bounce. Able to secure it in net for Timberlane. And now with 3 minutes gone by in this third quarter, again the Owls look to clear it. Had some problems at times in that first half on the clear. They're okay here, though, as Ethan Jerry basically unchallenged down the middle. Now he is picked up by the sophomore Gunnar Jackson. Long pole trying to drive him to the right. Jerry just trying to secure it. Goal line extended now. Goes behind the cage for Bowman.
Yeah, I think the same strategy on the defensive side for the Clippers is in play here from Coach Vischer. They're going to press out, and they're going to wear these guys down too. It's a strategy. Timberlane's got a short roster right now. Yeah.
Charest trying to dance away from Paterson, brings him right side. Short pass behind the net. George looks out in front, gets behind the first target. Jerry with a pump fake, and then the shot swallowed up by Michaelitis. Jerry hesitated off that first catch, Roger, and may or may not have been better served to let it fly.
Yeah, I think he saw the ghost slide coming at him and got a little nervous and, went to his offhand. Didn't get a lot of mustard on that.
Portsmouth, after the clear, going to pull it out 4 minutes into the second half. Roloff's going to back all the way back to about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, when you play as tight as Portsmouth just did there on defense, and you're almost, I wouldn't say they were shutting off adjacent passes, but you have no choice as a offensive carrier of the ball but to run. And that's essentially what they were forcing Timberlane to do there. And, again, wear them down, make them tired.
Backdoor looking for Purcell. Broken up and then swatted back towards the cage where it's scooped up on the ground by Marston. Timberlane's got it. No problem up that far sideline on the clear for Newman. Bounce pass taken for Jerry. Trying to get the step on the defender, Jackson. Pass gets through the zone. Backed up by Bowman. He's going to trot behind the cage. Coach Blaska at the head of the visitor bench. Almost all the way to midfield here, trying to direct the attack. Already about midway through this third quarter.
Yeah, they can't afford to have a turnover or not a quality possession here. And again, Portsmouth pressing out on them. Look how they're cutting off 18 here at the top. Roloffs is just checking them off. Just keep pressing him back to the 50 here.
It's almost as if he's face guarding him, almost. Right?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. They're shutting off adjacent passes, making the ball carrier run and dodge. Look how far out.
Step to his right. If you're Timberlane, though, you try and flip the script and use that space, right?
I would try to do something where you're isolating a dodge, like a Bowman who's got speed.
Right.
But this is what happens here. They just wear you down.
Heck of a play by Jackson. Up ahead, Roloffs. Portsmouth's got numbers 4-on-3. Roloff shot a bouncer wide. Draws some oohs and ahs from this crowd. As we move inside of 6 minutes to go, third quarter, it'll stay with Portsmouth. Under the lights here on the seacoast. And the lights are now necessary here. Full dark as the sun has gone down here on the East Coast. Ooh, Maldari. Tough offering there, the senior. Scored twice in that first half, both from distance. Looking for the hat trick there. Not meant to be. 2 goals apiece for Maldari and Amend to set the pace for Portsmouth.
Yeah, I do like what Dom did there. Both his goals were, clear step downs and snipes high. Now he's, dropped down and tried to get a good bouncer in there.
Rain starting to pick back up, Roger.
Yeah.
2-man game with Amend. Spins to his left. Back top of the box. Roll-offs. Bouncer. Nice. Marston ready. Good save there by the junior, but his outlet pass is too strong. Jackson full speed at midfield. Tried to scoop it on the move for Portsmouth. It ends up out of bounds. Turned over by Timberlane. And again, the clear harming the Owls here within inside of 5 minutes now, third quarter.
Yeah, that did.
Got a flag here. Not sure what happened there. It's against Timberlane as Briggs Catino comes across midfield. Now Delisle going to trot to a stop here on the near side wing.
I think I heard a face mask get hit.
First penalty of this third quarter. So Timberlane take how many in that first half? 4?
Timberlane had 4 and Portsmouth had none.
No, they had 1. They had 1 because George scored on the first quarter EMO for Timberlane.
Yep.
Of course, Portsmouth cashed in on 2 of those EMOs. Backdoor, Paterson wide. Sliding attempt by Marston. Not sure if he got a piece of that or not. Either way, shot ends up out of bounds. It's backed up by Purcell. Will stay right here with just over 4 minutes remaining, and now the penalty assessed here against the Owls.
It's going to be George by the look.
Yep.
Cross check.
Senior into the box, no argument. George has scored both Timberlane goals tonight. Haven't seen a score change since halftime. Third quarter scoreless. And now nearly 8 minutes old. Clippers looking to add to their largest lead. You can hear Timberlane. Is that Marston we're listening to from the net, trying to direct the defense?
Brady Lungs. Oh!
Amen. Got him. Able to snipe for the hat trick, the sophomore. Over the right shoulder of Marston. Third EMO goal tonight for Portsmouth. They've got an 8-2 lead.
Yeah, boy, this is really hurting the Owls here. They are not responding well in the EMO category where they're man down. And I think they're tired, Nick. I really do.
Zach Amen scored the first goal of the game on a man-up situation about 3 minutes into that first quarter. Scored his second goal.
That's a push.
Again on the power play. So, Roger, he's got all 3 goals on the EMO.
Welcome back.
Right.
Welcome back.
All right, the rain really coming down now. You can see it. We were hoping the worst was behind us. Smith, meanwhile, a good split dodge, but I think got stripped on his way to the cage. Marston's outlet is eventually reeled in at midfield. No, Johnston lost it. Paterson takes a tumble. Portsmouth wants a penalty. They get a whistle, and the Clippers will get the ball.
Yeah, you can hear the popcorn on the top of the roof going, huh?
We keep our fingers crossed here and hope this might just be a bad sell. Coming up on 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Clippers have never trailed. Got their largest lead on the board here. Roll-offs. Going to swing it. Touch for Coutinho. The freshman has played some pretty good minutes today.
Yeah.
Going to work it behind the cage. We move inside of 3 minutes, and the rain continuing to come down hard. Clippers in no hurry. They've been patient throughout.
And the last game of my senior year was like this. It rained, but I'll tell you, we were on grass, and it was a mud fest. It was fun, but not like this.
Turnover.
Cold.
In and out of the stick of Paterson. And now in full sprint is Morin. Junior going to bring it behind the net and get rid of it. So Timberlane, they forced the stop. But the shots have been few and far between. Only 2 goals to show, both in that first half from senior Eric George. We now hit 2 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Good check.
Jackson again causing chaos. Savage tried to keep it on that side of the 50. Instead, it's roll-offs on the ground ball. A good aggressive play by the Portsmouth senior. He's got the step, stripped by Shivel from behind. Loose, and then
out of bounds.
Ultimately turned over. As James Buchan couldn't quite secure it. Had the defender Logan Johnston breathing down his neck with the minute 90 to go. Sorry, minute 30 to go. 90 seconds remaining here, third quarter.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we're dealing with this weather here, and the players are down on the field. This is where, this half was important, obviously, to Timberlane to try and play some catch-up here. This makes it harder.
Condon trying to get inside the defender, Ryan Patton. We'll try their luck on the other side now. Jerry going to swing it. Shaw near side now for Savage, the freshman, as we move inside of 1 minute to go, third quarter. Goal line extended. Bowman. Shake and bake, right side. Shot is wide. There we see the junior's ability to create his own shot, right?
Yeah, he's been stifled a little bit tonight, but that speed showed there.
Nice pass.
Nice place. Missed it.
George tried the one-timer, but the ball wouldn't quite cooperate. And a good play by the Portsmouth defender, Patton, to get to the ground ball. They'll reverse it. Clippers have been pretty solid on the clear here tonight. They'll get another one over the top as Johnston able to jog across the 50. Clock ticking down to 15 seconds. Johnson got a man near side. Shot off the side of the net. Purcell will rifle that one towards the net. Angle wasn't quite right. Now we get a long pass here that's knocked down, and that will do it for the third quarter. Rain, rain, rain here as we enter quarter number 4. Portsmouth with their largest lead on the board at 8-2. The Clippers hold them off as Timberlane have a comeback in them. We begin to find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Strong with 3.
Yep. All right, we're back here in Portsmouth. Zach Amend has been the man. They wouldn't let him play Tuesday night because of the COVID-19 situation, but the sophomore comes in fresh and has scored 3 goals to lead all scorers here, and more importantly, lead his team on the scoreboard 8-2. Portsmouth with the lead. 12 minutes to go here in regulation. It is our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Roger Howe here with you.
Yeah, that was kind of an unfortunate quarter for both teams. As we, came out of that first half with a 7-2 score, seeing only one score in that third quarter. Partially because I think, the Clippers did play a little more wear-down ball than they did attack the net type of ball. But unfortunate for Timberlane to not be able to sustain drives there and keep the ball in possession. But rain is starting to let up here a little bit, so maybe we'll see some different action here.
Portsmouth seeking their 5th straight win, trying to stay atop the Division II standings with a little over a week remaining in the regular season. Timberlane trying to avoid just their 3rd setback of the season. They came in 11-2. Roll-offs. Able to force the defender off balance. That Shivel that gets a rise out of the Portsmouth sideline. And again, rain really coming down hard a few minutes ago. Still coming down, we'll put it that way. But the intensity, I think, maybe a little less intense than a couple minutes ago. I've got my fingers crossed. But I would think the rain would help the team with the lead, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You don't need to do anything. You just need to hold on to it. Portsmouth just looks just surer of themselves when they're passing the ball and catching it. A little more confidence there.
It's a group, as we've talked about, that has played together for years. That includes a lot of members who saw key minutes during last year's championship run. And Coach Vischer says, as a result, we can do a little bit more this year offensively. Pass goes away from Maldari, squirts over the midfield line, and is awarded to Timberlane off the whistle. And now 90 seconds gone by, fourth quarter. Jerry on the restart. Jackson hacking, trying to steer him to his left. Jerry gets the step.
Nice.
Shot!
Yes.
Score!
Well done.
Oh, an impressive individual play there by the senior. was able to get inside of Jackson and then beat Michaelitis. Just the third goal of the night for Timberlane. They're back within 5 at 8-3.
Let me tell you something. When you score a goal against Gunnar Jackson, that's a big deal. Gunnar goes for the stick, and Gary just kind of ducks under the gate and gets free and sluice on in there. Good play by him.
Ethan Jerry's first goal tonight. His classmate, senior Eric George, with 2 to lead Timberlane. On the other side, Amend with a game high 3 goals. Nick Smith, another face-off win. He's won more than he's lost tonight. Had an 8-3 edge coming into the second half. And it was a big reason why they beat Derryfield, frankly, back on Tuesday. They built up a big lead early. Smith went 7 for his first 7. There's a shot and a score.
Muldari.
Wow. No, that's Keegan Delisle.
There it is. Yep.
The junior, excuse me. Surprised me anyway by pulling the trigger there and reestablishing the 6-goal lead for the home team.
Oh, okay. Yes, he comes right around, and I love the way these guys switch hands. That was a big deal play. Good job for Delisle. He had a tough night starting out on Tuesday. I think he had 3 shots that went wide in his first 3.
So 9-3. And again, the 6-goal gap equals Portsmouth's largest lead of the night. Here's the clear by the defender, Ryan Patton. Gives way to roll-offs, and then Patton rolls off to the sideline. Brown going to move it. Well, tonight, seems like Coach Fisher went a little bit deeper into the bench and got some production.
Yeah.
Right? You want to get those second teamers some minutes with the tournament now right around the corner.
I would be doing that more and more in this quarter right now for a couple of reasons. Number one, you are nearing the playoffs. You want to give these guys a few runs here. And injuries. You don't want to end up getting one of your key players injured because they turn an ankle or buckle a knee or something like that. So, yes.
Smith, off a good-looking dodge, fires high. Backed up by Portsmouth. I mean, to my point, Briggs Catino, he's still out there. He's played well. The freshman off the bench. We saw the goal from James Buchan, the junior, who's gotten some minutes. So Portsmouth trying to show their depth.
Oh, nice
and here's
play.
Nick Smith. He's done such a good job tonight as the Fogo rewards himself on the attack. And for the second straight game, he's got a goal.
Yeah, you can't call him a Fogo anymore.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't get off. That kid stays on the field. He's offense, defense, face-offs. Literally the only time he comes off the field is to change his black face-off stick into the white sharpshooter stick. He stays out there the whole time, literally. Kid's a player.
Good all-around athlete, as we know.
Here he goes.
As well, and got a lot of time last year as a freshman on that championship team. He's going to come down the middle, trying to protect the ball to his left, lost it. Schibel, good play by the long pole. Going to show you his speed here. The sophomore outrunning 2 Clippers, but he's hounded down from behind by Brown. Brown takes a hit along the near sideline by Jerry. Ball goes out of bounds just in front of Coach Blaska, and I think we'll stay with Timberlane. Now we get a timeout.
Timeout.
Comes with just over 4 minutes, just about 4 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance. Get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. Also by New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait. It's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the Seacoast, visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. By the Dead River Company, a full-service heating provider committed to keeping New Hampshire warm with propane and heating oil. Learn more at deadriver.com. And finally, by the Bean Group and Roger Howe Real Estate, your local professional for all types of real estate, residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties. Call 603-247-1583. Nick Anastas with Roger Howe. It's the Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Hey, a couple more scores here from D2. Important matchups. Wyndham takes care of Goffstown out in Wyndham. Rainy, wet mess over there, according to the tweets. 16-3 the score there. St. Thomas on a roll. Watch St. Thomas. They were over at Pembroke. 17-4 winners there.
Yeah, they've been really under the radar in D2. I mean, you and I saw them a few weeks ago now. They looked impressive in a road win on Wyndham's field. And
yeah,
ultimately, sometimes for whatever reason, they get left off the championship chat when it comes to D2. But I got a feeling Coach Springer are going to change all of that.
Well, they haven't been under my radar. I've been talking about them since that game, and I've been watching them as well.
Trying to get themselves maybe a top 5, even a top 4 seeding.
Yeah, I think that's in the cards for them. I really do. They entered the top 10 in the New Hampshire High School Sports rankings this week. In fact, I wanted to say this in the last broadcast. Division II has 5 in the top 10 in the rankings this year. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Doesn't surprise me. Of course, that's a coach's poll.
Yes, indeed.
Conducted by our friend Joe Marshallina of NewHampshireHighSchoolSports.com. This one tipped out of bounds, turned over to Timberlane. Speaking of Joe Marshallina, he's going to join us on FNL Lacrosse coming up on Sunday morning.
Wonderful.
Joe slated for 9:15. Roger, I'm giving you the week off after 2 straight appearances just because we are booked solid.
Well, Christina Howe is very happy. I can hear her now. She's watching the broadcast at home, and
now she's got you all to herself.
She's
at least for this week.
Well, you just added 5 more things to my to-do list. Thank you, Nick.
All right, roll-offs. Plenty of space here as again Portsmouth seems to be working on the clock at this point as we hit the midway point, fourth quarter. Solid lead on the board, their largest of the night. Led 7-2 at halftime. Scored the first 3 goals of the game and really haven't looked back. There's a flag. Shot goes off the pole. Rebound controlled by Charest, but another penalty on the way against the Owls.
You're going to hold here?
It's thrown by the official behind the cage. Some of the Timberland fans aren't happy.
Yeah, it was a hold. Oh, no, that might have been that's one that you do maybe a good non-call, 30,
The youngster Charest trying to explain himself to Coach Blaska in the penalty box. That's, I believe, the 6th penalty now against Timberlane, 4 in the first half and 2 cents.
Yeah, my mistake on the stat there. This is their 5th.
Okay.
Yeah, I inadvertently had the gun.
And again, Portsmouth, they've been lethal
they
on the man up with 3 goals in those 4 opportunities. Special teams look good Tuesday night in the win over Derryfield, too.
Yeah, their special teams.
Maldari right into the chest of the goaltender Marston. Shot a little too deep there. Yeah, the junior was ready as we move inside of 6 minutes.
Yeah, there was a clear path for Marston to see that. Maldari is better on the corners when he's got traffic in front of him. Whoops.
Broken up by Shaw. Loose at midfield. Delisle's got it for Portsmouth.
That's a harmless penalty that goes by the wayside here.
Back to even strength.
Ooh. That was
this ball
ugly.
gets away from everybody. Ends up out of play. It'll stay with Portsmouth. Is that a shot?
No, that was clearly a pass.
It was tipped by Timberlane.
Yeah.
And
it
thus
must have been.
We keep it here. Muldari drew a half slide there. Back out to Purcell and up top for Patterson.
5:31.
Clippers winning the time of possession battle tonight, thanks in large part to Nick Smith. Good wing play on the X as well. And now a good two-man game in motion here near side. Amen trying to fight his way to the cage, going to draw a flag. Shot went off into the night sky, but the laundry comes here along the near post, and another Timberlane penalty is on the way.
Yeah. He got him on the back. We're
going to get Shaw for the push.
Yep,
Cross check, the senior.
Yep. Maybe a little frustration out there.
As you mentioned, Roger, a lot of players both ways have played a lot of minutes. A lot of good two-way talent on the field. And as you mentioned, maybe fatigue a factor here with just 5 minutes to go in regulation.
Yeah, and that could have been an injury to Zach Amend there, the way he was twisted through on that dodge and then got whaled in the back. That's what I'm concerned about.
He's out there, which is a good sign. They go near side, Muldari. Back up top, Purcell. Everybody going to get a touch now. Amen swings it for roll-offs.
That's the rotation. Oh, and he misses it.
Up top, drop by Purcell. Up for grabs just outside the box. And guess who? Muldari, who's been a ground ball machine at times this season for Portsmouth, comes up with it. Coming up now in 4 minutes to go, fourth quarter.
Timeout.
Portsmouth going to call their first timeout here of the second half. Comes to just over 4 minutes remaining. Reminder, coming up after the game, we'll recap this one in its entirety. Get Roger's final stats, final thoughts, and a final look at the out-of-town scoreboard as well. Week number 6 in the regular season, almost already behind us. Is one more week to go next week, and then it's June. And we know what that means. Tournament time. We'll have coverage on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire all throughout the tournament with our great partners over at the FNHS Network.
Yeah. Yep.
NFHS Network, excuse me.
NFH. Yeah. Are we doing that again with them?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good. Yeah. Good people over there. I'll tell you, there's only 17 seconds left in this EMO for Portsmouth. I wonder if this isn't where you put in your second stringers and give them a little bit of a run at
with a 7-goal lead.
Yeah. With 30 seconds, you would run a 30-second EMO here maybe and tell them don't go perimeter, but run the play. Does not look like Coach Fisher's going to do that. He's got his starters back in there. But hey, maybe this is one of those things that we should really, really watch as the playoffs unfold. Maybe this is a special play that he's drawn up here. They weren't in risk of losing the ball, that's for sure. No reason to call that timeout, but let's see what happens. Timberlane stays in a traditional box and one.
Giving some room on the perimeter roll-offs up top. To the right. If you're Portsmouth, are you really even valuing a shot here?
No.
Or are you okay with just, again, running clock, getting back to even strength? I guess they do want a shot. We are back to even strength. Roll-offs goes wide. Delisle backs it up. And now we're ready to resume here inside of 4 minutes.
Yeah, why take the timeout if you weren't going to run something that produced something?
Amend trying to go low. That one sailed about an inch above the ground before the 5-hole was snapped shut by Marston. Another save for the junior. Now Newman. Long pole, going to bring it himself up the near sideline. He's got the freshman Savage. Savage trying to make a beeline to the net.
Nice.
It's inside of Brown. Shot stuffed by Michaelitis. And then it's Wool, the defender on the far side, who collects the ground ball. Muldari now in a foot race across the 50 for the clear for Portsmouth. Slows down on that far wing, and we move towards 3 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Pass for Purcell, drop near the cage. Pushed aside by Marston, recovered by Purcell, comes middle, fires low. Sweeping save by the goaltender. No soup for you, says Marston. Had to go to the left knee to make the save, but comes up big once again for Timberlane.
Yeah, he sure did. That was a classic goaltender movement there. He's coming up on double-digit saves in this game.
So he got 9?
He's got 9.
1-on-1.
Crank.
Shot,
Ooh.
kicked aside.
Ooh, that hurts on a night like tonight. Oh, God, I can feel it up here.
I bet.
Man.
Marston didn't hesitate, though.
No. That went off Austin Charest.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it went off.
Meanwhile, after a lengthy ground ball battle, Delisle has it for Portsmouth. Amend on the run. Another stop by Marston. The goaltender's in rhythm now. Coming up on 2 minutes, though. Maybe too little, too late for Timberlane. Still trailing 10-3. Marston steps out in front of the cage and now exits the crease on his way to midfield. Short pass for Jerry. Senior going to come to his left now and try that far sideline. Absorbs a hit from Delisle. Crosses midfield as we cross inside of 2 minutes to go. We get a timeout here from Coach Blaska.
Yeah, let's settle down. Let's finish strong here.
Timeout, Timberlane.
Now, Timberlane's still looking to compete here. Got another big game coming up. Owls will host Wyndham on Monday to kick off the final week of the regular season. They wrap up the schedule at Spalding a week from tomorrow. Portsmouth, meanwhile, trying to finish off their 5th straight win tonight. They've got an extra game to go. They've got, first of all, big battle at Winnicott down the road on Monday, at Souhegan on Wednesday, before wrapping up the season on this field against Oyster River on Friday. So 3 games to go for Portsmouth, and a chance to close out the schedule with how many straight? 8 wins. If they can run the table, they would have won, or will have won, 8 straight going into the tournament.
Yeah, it's still 2 tough games out of those 3, though. I mean, you know, Souhegan showed us something in that Concord game, so they're not a pushover. Is that game at Souhegan or is it here? It's at Souhegan.
Amherst, yep.
Yeah, so that could be a tough game for them. But you know, truly, the Winnicott game, that's not a gimme.
No,
not a gimme.
Not at all.
And Winnicott might actually be out for something in that one. That could be the.
Oh yeah, they're in the hunt for the standings. They got 3 losses, 2 behind Portsmouth.
Yep.
And Timberlane, they lose tonight, which it looks like is going to happen. They'll be tied in the loss column with the Warriors at 3 apiece. So seeding is big. We'll go over all of that, as we mentioned, Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eric Coburn in studio with me. Joe Marshallina, our guest at 9:15. Again, that's FNL Lacrosse presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. All right, final 90-plus seconds here. Timberlane ball out of the timeout. We got a double team, and the freshman is in trouble. Make that the junior, Braden Bowman. Somehow survived the triple team attempt, and
he wanted a hold there, too.
Sailed wide on him. He was looking for the whistle, but not going to happen. Down to a minute 20. Jack Condon, sophomore, has played well tonight. A couple of backup Clippers out there, including Brady Kilroy, the junior midfielder. In fact, I think with the exception of Michaelitis, Coach Vischer has basically emptied the bench here, Roger, to your point, trying to get some of those reserves some playing time here now with a minute to go.
Yeah, indeed.
They turn it over, though. Coming the other way is Newman. The long pole, eye on the cage. Finds Bowman to his left. One more pass for George, who's got the hat trick. Well, again, transition. George scored in a similar fashion back in the first half.
Yeah,
Step in the crease? No, they're going to
give it to him.
Okay.
No.
Looks like George was upset about something.
Yeah, no. And there's that connection again with Braden Bowman. You know, Bowman, and you hear the speaker in the background there. But, yeah, Bowman finds George again, and that was almost a very similar play to what they had earlier in the game.
Yeah, George scored an EMO goal in the first quarter, a transition goal in the second, And he gets one with 48 seconds to go here in the fourth to bring his team back within 6 at 10-4.
Wow.
Face-off win. This is Portsmouth long pole, max deep. Shot offered up near the cage by Torrin Brewster, a senior. Denied by Marston, another save, and we're down to 30 seconds. Timberlane with it in their own end. Marston out of the cage. Lobs it near side. The sophomore Shivel looking to hit a man on the run. Got Johnston
Nice play.
across for George. Pass off target, a little behind the senior. Loose, far sideline, still in bounds, down to 10 seconds. Going to take a bounce at midfield.
Can't go
Scooped up by Chevelle, hoping to get everybody back online. Official's going to let it go, and that'll do it. Impressive for Portsmouth. They win it wire to wire. 10-4 is the final score as the Clippers celebrate on the field, and have now won their fifth straight. Led tonight by Zach Amend, sophomore in his return. Led the way with 3 goals, and again, Portsmouth rolling going into the final week of the season.
What can you say about this team that we haven't already talked about? They are just a powerhouse. Again, no flaws in their game that I can see. Man, they are going to be cruising into the final week of NHRAA play, and they're going to be riding high. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with in D2 again.
13-1 as they hand Timberlane their 3rd loss of the season. All right, short break. We're back with our post-game report. Full recap, stats, highlights, analysis, and an out-of-town scoreboard for you as well. Back in a moment. 10-4, Portsmouth a winner over Timberlane here on our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.NHTomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another lacrosse program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Are you thinking of selling your home? Well, now may be the time, given that spring is here, the market is hot, and interest rates remain at all-time lows. It's time to call Roger Howe, a licensed professional realtor with the Bean Group. Not sure what your home is worth? Roger will provide a market analysis for you at no charge. With 12 years experience in residential, commercial, leasing, and investment properties, Roger knows your local market. So contact Roger Howe of the Bean Group today.
At Dead River Company, the work we do is about more than just filling up tanks. It's about the everyday moments in your home. We're here to fix your heating equipment, so you have heat and hot water for moments like this. We brave the elements, so you're always safe and warm. Anytime, day or night. Because it's moments like this that we do everything we do.
Dead River Company, it's not your job to worry about the heat. It's ours.
Become a customer today, and we'll be there for the moments that matter to you.
Well, it was wet and wild tonight in a rematch of last year's Division II championship between Portsmouth and Timberlane in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams came in looking for positioning for the upcoming tournament, which gets underway a little over a week from tonight. Timberlane at 11-2, right in that hunt at the top of the standings. Everybody, of course, chasing Portsmouth, and for good reason. Clippers scored the first 3 goals of the game, took advantage of an early Timberlane penalty to strike first. 1-0, 3 minutes in. Zach Amen, the sophomore, returns after a 1-game absence and scores the first of 3 goals tonight. Baden Patterson, shortly after, made it 2-0. Dom Mulderry made it 3-zip. Timberlane got on the board on an EMO of their own. Eric George made it 3-1 inside of 5 minutes first quarter. Zach Amen second also comes on special teams. It was 4-1 home team after 1. James Buchan made it 5-1. The junior on a nice rebound. Got a juicy one for a rare goal this season. 5-1 Portsmouth at that point, early second quarter. Eric George, who always seems to play well, scored for Timberlane. His second goal made it 5-2. Then the last 2 before halftime went to Portsmouth. Mulderry's second, Dylan Roloff's first, comes late in the frame. 7-2 is the Portsmouth lead at halftime. Third quarter, the rain resumed, really started coming down hard, and that seemingly affected both attack units. Only 1 goal both ways in that third quarter. It was scored by Zach Amen. The hat trick, again, guess what, comes on a man up. And it's 8-2 Portsmouth going into the fourth quarter. Timberlane basically out of time. They fought hard at the end. Ethan Jerry rewarded early in that fourth quarter with a goal for the Owls. 8-3 Portsmouth's lead at that point, but too many Clippers playing too well. Keegan Delisle, he scores tonight to make it 9-3. Nick Smith, who was really instrumental at the face-off X, got in on the attack as well, scored again for the second straight game. 10-3 Portsmouth late in that fourth quarter. Final minute, Eric George gets the hat trick to save some face for Timberlane. Final score ends up being 10-4. Portsmouth has now won 5 in a row. Just 1 loss on the season. They have the best record in Division II with 3 games to go. Timberlane, they drop to 11-3. They see their 3-game win streak snapped and look to rebound with a 2-game scheduled next week before wrapping up the season a week from tomorrow.
Yeah, and I hope that they can find the time, I guess, between now and next week to get healthy. They had some guys that were out tonight again, and you cannot play from behind against any strong team, never mind the Portsmouth Clippers, and be in the box.
Right.
There were 5. I can't remember the last time that you and I did a broadcast and we saw 5 EMO goals in one game, one by the Owls and 4 by the Clippers. But when you're sitting in the box and you've got, I've got them for 6 penalties. 6 penalties. That's just not the way you want to play this game, no matter what level you're playing it at. Just the domination at the face-off X with Nick Smith. I refuse to call him a Fogo. This guy is a Swiss Army knife of midfielders. He does it all out there. 15 wins on the face-off circle. Let's hand it to Brady Marston. He had 11 saves tonight in a losing effort, and he was right there. He was. I thought he played pretty well. Seeing a lot of rubber and playing a lot of minutes out there.
Yeah, and went hard the full 48.
He sure did.
For sure. Some other scores we mentioned earlier. Big matchup, rivalry renewed between BG and Pinkerton. Cardinals no problem as they stay unbeaten against in-state competition in Division I. 16-4 the final over the Astros. And And just to recap, Roger, some of those other scores that came in tonight.
Yeah, two important battles in D2 that we're watching, in that top 5 or 6 group. Goffstown losing to Wyndham 16-3 at Wyndham. St. Thomas, my ace out there in D2, 70-4 over Pembroke. And Hopkinton in a rain mudfest up there at Hopkinton, 7-5 over Laconia, who is right in that cluster as well in D3.
Yeah. All right, final thoughts, Roger, about what we saw here tonight, a 10-4 win for Portsmouth.
A repeat of what we saw on Tuesday with Derryfield, just total domination from the first whistle to the last. Smart, intelligent, just really good, solid lacrosse from this team. They're so disciplined. I felt a little bit sad for Timberlane coming into this battle with a short roster and guys that were hurt. And I wonder just what they could have done in a better weather environment and with a full roster out there. They need to have a good week next week and get strong again and go right into the playoffs. But just it's a marvel to watch this team play because they're just so flawless.
Reminder, full recap of this game, full recap of the week that was, and a full preview of the final regular season week coming up Sunday morning. FNL Lacrosse resumes live 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Joe Marshallena of New Hampshire High School Sports will join us to help break down the landscape with just a week to go. Again, that's Sunday at 9, FNL Lacrosse, presented by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Want to thank Tom and his crew here at Portsmouth. Always a fun time here. They really have almost a college-like atmosphere for these games. We appreciate Tom making it easy for us. Of course, John Barron spearheading the setup and the breakdown. As usual, we appreciate him putting in work behind the lens tonight. His partner in crime from the West Coast, Craig Incardoni, braving the elements once again up here in New England. The man behind the curtain, director Ben Beals, once again on point, always. And, of course, the unseen hand, executive producer Steve Beals. For my partner Roger Howe, another great job, my friend. My name, Nick Anastas, saying so long. Final score, final time, Portsmouth 10, Timberlane 4. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.